Hey everybody, in today's video we're going to talk about embarrassing truths, things that nobody talks about, but everybody does.
You're doing it too. You just don't want to admit it.
I see you right there. You've done this.
You guys like it when we tell our stories and we keep it real. So get ready because we're about to probably get realer than you want us to get. Okay, so we all know we live in this small space. We get to hear, know, see, smell. Everything is very close. But you start to realize some funny things. And actually, you guys tell us in the comments quite a bit. But let's talk about laundry and clothing and the fact that you're wearing the same thing over and over.
That's right. I know this for sure because many of you have commented in the videos that I'm wearing the same shirt that I wore 5 videos ago. Or 2 videos ago. I don't know.
Yeah, it's true. Y'all are very observant. That's for sure. We do have a lot of clothes, but here's the thing. You just end up wearing your favorite things over and over. And it's like you bring all these clothes in RV life. And then after about 6 months, you realize you're never going to wear half of them. So you might as well just get rid of them and just keep those core pieces. But you do kind of repeat a lot.
And that leads into another embarrassing truth. I do have a closet full of clothes that I don't wear because they don't fit. Because I got fat on the road.
Well,
that's an embarrassing truth.
Did that happen to you? Comment and then let us know, because I think it happens to a lot of us as we go into this lifestyle with a little too many cocktails, a little too many eating out.
Too much something. I'm just telling you, because I look back at some of our early videos or like the early pictures of when we were RVing, I'll scroll back on my 1,000 photos on my phone. I'll be like, wow, I know that shirt that I was wearing in that picture, I can't really wear it anymore, or those shorts or whatever. Yeah, so it could put the pounds on you.
Yeah, but going back to the clothing, it is true. I mean, guys, if you're thinking about full-time life, whatever you have set aside to bring with you, cut that in half, and that's all we really need. Because you're going to recycle the same ones, you're going to do the laundry, and you're going to wear the same one again, and you don't need 50 t-shirts.
Hold on, I was going to say exactly the opposite. All right, guys. Well, straight talk here. You gotta feel me on this. What you don't need is all that stuff that I have in my skinny closet. Even if that all fit me, I wouldn't wear it anyway, because it's all a bunch of button-down shirts and all this stuff that I thought, well, maybe if on my travels I have to go to a funeral or a wedding, would never.
Just go buy something.
Yeah, exactly. If that happens, just go buy something. I'm telling you, actually, that's true. That's a great tip. But no, I don't wear any of that kind of stuff most of the time because we chase 70. If you're not familiar with that term, we're always trying to chase 70 degrees around the country because that's just how we roll, and that's the smart way to RV. But I'm wearing t-shirts, maybe not shorts all the time, but I have a t-shirt of some sort on, even if it's under a sweatshirt. So, excuse me, it makes more sense to have a lot more t-shirts and less.
But you don't wear them all. You don't wear all 50 of them. You wear like 10. And you cycle those 10.
Okay.
So there you go. I'm just saying I'm right. Okay, next one. Oh, this is a good one for Barry. Losing stuff because you don't put it back in its spot.
Okay. Okay. I'll be honest. You would think that in a 300 square foot or smaller space that it wouldn't be hard to find stuff if you don't put it back in the right place.
It is so hard.
That is actually not true, because you do have so much stuff that is in a small space that it makes stuff harder to find when you misplace it. I don't know.
It is weird. It's a weird phenomenon because you would think you would know where everything is in an RV, but I think it's because the cubby holes, the storage spaces aren't super convenient. So you sometimes have to pull everything out just to see what's in the back. Again, if you put things back where they go, at least you know that general area, but that just doesn't always happen. Yeah. More for some of us than others.
Well,
and messiness makes it hard too. find things.
Yeah, I mean, if my advice would be for the things that you use all the time. Like here's some things that you use all the time in RV life. Headlamps. Like I don't like flashlights because flashlights require me to use one of my hands, and usually the other hand is holding a leash for the dog. So I like to use headlamps. Not all the time, but when it's pitch black outside, I do like to have headlamps. Put them in the same spot and have more than one set. You know, here's a great Christmas gift idea for your RVer friends. Buy them more headlamps because you can always use them. In fact, it's probably good to have a few of them hanging around the RV. But we do have a certain spot where they always go. Box cutters. You're always going to need a way to open a box because you're probably always ordering stuff. I have a little compartment on the side of my toolbox. Yes, there is one. I don't necessarily always put it there, but that's where the box cutter goes.
Yeah, that's where they should go. So, but it is a good idea to kind of have a space for your things, and both people know where that thing goes. And then if it's not there, you can go blame the other person. So, okay, guys, I have a confession to make. So just like you, we watch tons of RV YouTube travel channels, and throughout the 3 years that we've been on the road, and the year before that we were doing the research to get on the road, we would see some of the same type of brands pop up in people's videos. And just like you're kind of like, do they just get paid to say that? Or do they really like it? Is it truthful? I get you. Totally get you. But RV Mattress by Brooklyn Bedding, is one that you see in a lot of influencers' videos. And just like you, I'm sure I wondered, is it really that great? It's just a mattress, right? So when we got the chance to try one of their mattresses out, I was the skeptic. I was well, let's just see if it's as good as they say. Really, I had no idea. And when we have companies come to us and want us to try things, we always tell them, we're only going to talk about it if we like it. So you can take it back or whatever if we don't, but that's the deal. So we tried it out, and I have to say, I was pleasantly surprised at how comfortable it was. So I actually, because I'm kind of in that time of life where you get a lot of hot flashes, been having a hard time sleeping. This is our bed. It is not a Brooklyn bedding on our main bed. We didn't want to go there until we knew if we liked it or not. So we put one on our loft bed in the toy hauler garage. And so I've been going in there and sleeping on it, mainly because I'm so uncomfortable, I'm not sleeping well, and 2, Barry snores. So there's just that. So I slept on it several times, and I have to say, we have the Aurora medium firmness cooling mattress. And it is true. It is a cooling mattress. I sleep cooler on it. It is super comfy. I would have to say it rivals this is the bed we had in our house before we went full time. It's one of those fancy beds, we just didn't want to get rid of it. I would seriously consider switching because this bed rocked my world so much. So let me just tell you a little bit about RV Mattress by Brooklyn Bedding, because that's really what it boils down to. Integrity, great customer service. The thing I like is it's super easy to get it delivered to the campground, and super easy to put on the bed because it's in a box, right? But here's the thing, several of you are like, those foam mattresses don't hold up. Well, here's the thing, it's not just a foam mattress, it has coils. It just has a technology they're able to roll it up. So you can get the hybrids, and the hybrids are the foam, so super comfy, and the coils, so super durable, and they're gonna last. And they have all kinds of sizes, 22 different sizes. In fact, they have them for if you're a little bit heftier person and you want more support, they have those for you. If you're tall, they have those for you too. So I love all of the options that they give you. You get a 120-day sleep trial. If you don't like it, you let them know and you send it back. They have a limited lifetime warranty. They stand behind that. And here's the thing, free shipping right to the campground or wherever you're at your house, anywhere. So here's the thing I love the most is you can get the biggest discount by using our link. That's 30% off any mattress on their site. I'll put the link on the screen and down in the description of the video. You can't get 30% off just going to any site. You might find 20 somewhere, maybe 25, but not 30. So we love that they want to invest in our community. That's you. Go there, check it out, and see if a better, cooler night's sleep is really in your future, because I think it can be. So head on over to the link at the description. That's a special link, remember, and check out all the different options they have. You're going to find something that's great for you at the price point you want, and better night's sleep is right around the corner.
Okay, this next one's really gonna gross my son out. Not that he watches our videos.
No,
I know that he
neither kid watches our video.
But Spencer, this one's for you, and that is not showering very much,
or every day, or every other day.
Okay, so here's the thing: it has to do with our son. Our son, ever since he was little, or not little, I don't know, a teenager, middle school. As soon as he would get out of bed, he would walk straight into the bathroom and get right in the shower.
And he would be in there forever. So he's like and he showers a lot. And that's why we make fun because he showers a lot. But when you're in RV life, especially when you're boondock or have partial hookups like we do most of the year, you realize you don't need to shower every day unless you're working out. And even then you can use wipes. You can do a quick little rinse off. You don't have to take the full shower. Ladies, you don't have to wash your hair all the time. Like that, I can't even believe these words are coming out of my mouth. And I think of me back in the sticks and bricks, and I'm thinking I would shower, makeup, hair, most days. And now I'm like, eh.
Well, okay. So on the boondocking thing, if you're not a boondocker, here's what that's all about. Is mainly about the water. Okay, so we have a 100-gallon or whatever, 90-gallon tank or whatever on the fresh water. That means if you're in a shower, you're going to be showering in your drinking water essentially. And it's not like you're going to run out and you're going to die of thirst. You can always go get more water, and we have plenty of videos about how we do all that. But still, it's it makes you conserve water a little bit more. And we do some tricks where we actually had this pot thing or whatever you call it, like a bin.
A collapsible water bin.
A collapsible water bin.
Like a laundry basket.
It was easier to say pot. And we let the water run into that, and then we take that excess water and we kind of use that in the toilet. So we have all these little tricks and stuff, but it still doesn't want to make a shower anymore.
Yeah, unless it's really hot outside and you're sweating a lot, working out a lot. Those are the things that probably cause us to need to shower more often.
Which we do. Obviously, it's not helping my weight gain that much, but no. As far as that goes, when you're out west, see, we're Floridians.
Yeah, so we're used to sweating.
So don't be talking to us about no sweating. We get sweating. There's a term called swamp ass. Look it up. But anyway.
When you're out west, you don't sweat as much.
Yeah, there's no humidity out there,
yeah.
And it's just crazy. So you can be in the shade. It could be blazing hot in the sun. You get in the shade, it feels fine. You could work out, barely even break a sweat, if anything at all. And then, like I said, we use wipes. Yeah,
we do the body wipes. That in between the showers. Dry shampoo, ladies, get the oil out of your hair. There's just so many things.
No shampoo. No washing your hair, guys. Hats.
Wear a hat. There's that too. But that's something that really changed for us in RV life that we never really thought about. And honestly, I really just don't think it's that big of a deal.
It's not.
Yeah.
Okay. This one's a good one for her. Because of that smeller. She got this tiny little nose, but it's powerful.
I smell everything. I'm like, even before RV life, I'm like, the kids can tell you, what does that smell? What does that smell? But in RV life, it really is a reality. There's always some sort of smell happening. And so you have to really be okay with bathroom smells, tank smells.
Especially if you've got one bathroom. We have two bathrooms.
Yeah.
So
that does help, but you still smell it. You still hear the other person in the bathroom. That's another thing. If you're grossed out by that, I don't know how you get around RV life.
The walls are really thin.
They're really thin. And so you just kind of have to, I think I'll put my earbuds in.
That's it. There's the answer. We're big AirPod people, and the new AirPods have the sound isolation, can't hear anything at all.
So they just eliminate that. Even if you know it's coming, just put them in. But smells, sounds, there's a lot of that in RV life in general. Even cooking smells linger in an RV. And thank God for these Air Max Air fans, and suck that stank out.
Yeah, definitely. That's a whole other reason. A lot of people cook outside because, they're outdoors and all that kind of stuff. Full-time RVers cook outside so it doesn't keep the smell in the RV, because that's a big thing.
Yeah, it is a thing. And if you have a dog we did eliminate this problem, by the way, but our dog was farting so bad.
Every night.
It would this place would just reek. It was awful.
It was a normal thing for us to get up 2-3 times a night to go hit the fan next to the TV so we could get the Hugo stink out of the RV. It was a whole thing.
But it was his food. We changed his food and it's gone away. So, woohoo!
Yeah, so we were using the Tractor Supply dog food. I'm just saying. I'm just going to put it out there. And then we had to spend like $30 more a bag to get Science Diet.
And it worked, yeah. Work. So cheap food farts. So
what you pay for.
Yeah. So smells, sounds, you better be ready for them because it's just a part of RV life. All right, this is more me than he doesn't care about this one, but okay, I don't know how many times I've been like walking between the bathroom and the bedroom or changing clothes and then look over and realize I had left a window open or a shade not pulled, I should say. And the first thing you think is, oh my gosh, somebody's looking at me, you know. If you go outside and look at the RV windows are dark. You can't really see in unless it's nighttime and you lit the room up. But it is one of those things where I always am like, have that feeling like someone's looking in. But I will tell you, we have been at some places where my office is where the dinette, you can see it right over there, was. And so I sit and I have windows. I can see out all day. I am amazed at how many nosy people walk by, and they're all like, they're walking by and they're, what you got going up in there? You know, like it's strange to me, especially in crowded RV parks.
That's why at night, you know, we pull those shades down every evening because at night they can see right into what you're doing.
And you should know that if you walk around the RV park at night and people don't have their shades drawn, you can see straight in. So that's one you just want to do. As soon as the sun starts going down, just go pull those shades and maybe eliminate a lot of that. But yeah, it's just another one of those little things to watch in RV life.
I'm very modest. I think about that before I go into the bathroom. I close the shades like a normal person.
I just forget sometimes. I don't know. I
think ahead. I mean, when you only shower every couple of weeks, you got to think ahead. I hate bugs. I hate bugs getting inside the RV. And I'll never forget, we had just left Florida when we had our first time RVing, and we left in what was it, July?
It was August.
It's like the worst. August is the hottest time. So I mean, I guess we were going north, but of course our first overnight stop was in Georgia, just somewhere off the side of the road, basically, and the bugs came, and we probably didn't have what are those Vivo things? I don't know if we use those.
What are they called? Evo, right? Evo?
I don't know. Those bug things that we had. They work really good.
In the description.
We didn't have those, I don't think. And so we just had all these gnats and black flies and probably mosquitoes and stuff had gotten into the RV. And plus it was hot, because I think, we had traveled probably 5 hours and we didn't have the AC on inside of the RV. So when we got to our destination, we were trying to cool it off. But it takes forever for your RV to cool off if you've been driving in 100-degree heat. And so I just remember that being so miserable. The only thing that's worse than being surrounded by bugs is to be hot and surrounded by bugs.
Well, it is just part of RV life. I mean, and it's icky. I mean, like back when you had your house, if you had like a roach, you're like, kind of thing. But it's like in RV life, it's like there's always a bug. There's a stink bug. Or you get the beetles that kind of take over. Or
so what kind of infestations have we had? We've had
stink bugs.
We've had stink bugs.
I think that was the thing. Stink bugs out for 2 months. I mean, just finding them here and there, and it was just like they were multiplying or something. It wasn't like an invasion, but they were hanging out for a really long time.
Do we have those the Japanese beetles?
Yeah,
they look like ladybugs. Are there a difference between those and ladybugs?
Yeah, one's more invasive than the other, I think. And we had those. We've had mice.
We've had two mice. Two different mice at different times.
Yeah.
We never had, thank God, we haven't had like a mouse, infestation. But we did have to deal with that. And I probably, like most RVers, okay, if you're watching this, you want a tip, would be go ahead now while you're thinking about it. When you haven't had a mouse yet, you're going to get one if you don't. like every little place that they can, an intrusion spot, as the rodent control people would call it, because your RV is just full of holes. And when you really go out there, you'll look for them, and it'll be after you get a mouse, and then you're going to be super conscious of it.
So what do you plug the hole with the stuff?
Yeah, you get like this foam stuff, and you go around and you spray it. It's super easy to use because it expands like crazy.
But it expands like really big, really fast.
A little goes a
go
long way.
Easy because we have like spots where there's like.
Yeah, and then it hardens pretty quick, and then you can go in and if you want to shape it up. But they're in spots where you're not looking anyway, like in the kitchen under the sink right there. There's some spots there, and then under the sink in the bathroom.
And you can do wire mesh and stuff too. But I think
and then just up under the RV, all these weird places. Because the thing is that a mouse will go up your electric cable, the jacks on
anything
the
touches
ground.
the ground.
And so anything that you have on the ground is something where a mouse could just go up, and then or you could do a real bonehead thing like what we've done is we've left this. Like the hatch open on our storage.
Open,
like, come on in.
Forgot. Oh, it's like you wake up the next morning and go, no, what came in during the night? And it's just like,
oh, look, it's a raccoon.
But in RV life, I mean, we've had scorpion. We've had, it's like, there's just bugs, rodents,
You're
things.
in nature.
You're in nature, and it's going to happen. It doesn't mean you're gross, although the more picked up you can keep things, obviously you don't want. That's
keep
why
it's clean. Like the ants are another one. Ants will come, and I mean, if you have even like toothpaste, I think like that. I don't know why toothpaste would be sweet, but some of them are. I think ants are attracted towards that.
So just real quick, and we'll wrap this up. Is a peppermint spray, and we've used that before. Mm-hmm. It's a little bit of dish soap and then peppermint essential oil mixed in
just water,
and you spray that all around anything that touches the ground. And a lot of rodents don't like that, so that's
a lot of animals. I guess even it's a detractor. So mint, and it smells incredible. I love it. Peppermint.
Minty campsite. So there you go.
Okay, let's talk about some of those fun rookie mistakes.
Even after 3 years.
That's right.
We still make them.
Be ready, all you trolls.
You can make them too.
Make comments down below and tell us how great you are and how stupid we are.
That's the running consensus. So what I would say is usually when you're rushing it happens, but you sometimes just forget. That's why we have checklists, and you can go to our website, like there's on tomorrow.net, and we have a set up and tear down checklist. And it's so you remind yourself not to make the rookie mistakes. So like things like I've occasionally left the tension rods off of the shelves in the fridge when we have a move day. And when that happens, the heavy stuff pushes on the doors. So I came in here one time when we were stopping to make some coffee or something. And like literally, I think it was pasta sauce or something. It was all over, broken glass. And that's the last time I ever did that, by the way. That was a painful one. But just leaving things that aren't secured right. We've had our door come open. We went through a phase where our door lock wasn't locking. And sure enough, hey, your door is open. It's all flapping, doors flapping.
But that was the little door. Let me tell you about the big door.
Oh, yeah.
So we actually, this happened twice. Yeah. We somehow started down the road and our back patio toy hauler door.
The garage door, the big one.
Door came open.
We're driving down the road. And
thankfully, it didn't come open and like go on top of the car behind us and slam into the hood of the car.
We've had we didn't lock our front bay, our long bay in the very front cap one time, and our bike tarp, our bike cover had worked its way out and was dragging underneath the rig, and so people were like, "Hey,
yeah." Here's another tip for you. If people come up beside you in your RV and are and you glance over to the left and there's somebody kind of like doing this,
there, look.
Not a good sign. Pay attention, pull over, because they've got something they need to tell you.
Yeah, so needless to say, I had to wad that up, put it back inside, and lock the door like I was supposed to on my checklist, which I didn't do. So we all make them. Rookie mistakes happen. Again, and I think it kind of comes into the next one of rushing. Whatever you're doing, don't rush. Take your time. Give yourself time. That's why we have stopped doing long drive days. We paid the price. We'll never do that again. When you have shorter days and you can kind of take your time, get out of the campground, go to the next campground, you know, whatever, you eliminate a lot of issues happening.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, and just hurrying up to park and drive. We've scratched trees. You know, it's just like it's accidents waiting to happen when you rush a lot.
And no RV story would be complete without talking about poop.
Poopsies!
Or some people call it poo. We're from Southern Indiana. We call it poop. So,
Call it
those are
worse
probably
than
going
that.
to be a lot more. Yeah.
We can't say that
We're
on
trying to keep it PG-13 here. So, yeah, in RV life, at some point, inevitably, you're going to deal with what is known as a poopsie, which means you're going to get some sort of some waste, human waste material on your person. It may be your human waste material. It may be hers. It may be a complete stranger's.
It can happen.
Yeah, it happens. It's just part of the deal because you're having to do something that you don't have to deal with in sticks and bricks normally, which would be having to deal with waste tanks, holding tanks as they are called.
And when you boondock like us and you know, deal with waste totes, waste bladders, which we have, I think by the time this video comes out, the new black tank tote update will be out there for you to view. So I'll link that on the screen and in the description. But when you're dealing with taking your waste and then taking it somewhere else and dumping it,
yeah, things happen. So let's talk about some of those things that have happened to us. So one of them that certainly comes to mind would be the time that Darlene was the one that when we first started all this, she was much more attuned to what we were actually supposed to be doing than I was.
I did a lot of research.
She did a lot of research. So she actually kind of knew how to clean the black tanks and to deal with the gray tanks.
Oh, I know what story you're telling now. I wasn't even sure where he was going.
And then, oh yeah, you'll know.
I remember.
And so I was just sort of half paying attention, not really. So anyway, so she would be the one that would go out and do the tank cleaning,
like the back flush.
The back flush, kind of like, you know, where you put the black tank hose up, you hook it up to the RV, and it sprays.
It's like it's an internal cleaning.
Yeah, it sprays down within. We have two black tanks, one in the front, one in the back, and it sprays in there. And then it kind of fills those up, and then you're supposed to pull them, you know, and you do that a few times, and it helps clean out the tanks. Well, she would have been the one that had always done that. So somehow our roles got reversed one day, and I'm the one that's supposed to be doing it. And I'm like, oh, how hard could it be? And still to this day, I'm not really exactly sure what I did, but I think it would have been that I didn't pull one of the.
He probably did the cleaning. This is what, you know, when you do the tank wash, you close the tanks, do the wash. You just need to set a timer to remind yourself, right? And then you go and you pull them. And then when it's clear enough, you know, you've done as much cleaning as you can.
I think I know what I did.
You didn't pull one.
I only opened one where I was supposed to open both of them.
Yeah.
And so I had the timer set essentially for two, but only one was open. So there's only one place that water can go, and it's right up the back of right up the toilet. And so at some point, when you hear screaming from your wife, at some point where you're doing the black tank stuff, you've got a big problem.
I just heard the water running. I ran in there, and it was coming out the bathroom door, and I was like, ah, you know, kind of thing.
And this was in the toy hauler area, which of course is my office area,
which has a carpet rolled out on the floor.
Yeah. And of course, and this is back when we were still being kind of, you know, we didn't do a lot of boondocking or anything then. So we had like these tight, like we had to get to the next campground. So we're breaking all our stuff down. And so it just took forever to clean all of it off. And we're thinking
it was the worst. That is it's backed up tanks into your RV. That's like the worst thing that can happen. And it happened. So it hasn't happened since though.
So the moral of the story is definitely, if you're not 110% sure what you're doing when it comes to black tank,
ask your wife.
Just ask your wife or ask somebody who knows. Make sure or ask.
Don't get distracted. Don't let people talk to you.
Set
an alarm on your phone. You know, everything you have to do to remind yourself of what the task is and not stray from the task. But yeah, poopsies happen. It's part of RV life. I mean, you just want to try to do everything you can to eliminate it happening as much as you can. So, okay, so look, yes, in RV life, it's a wonderful experience. You go out there and you see nature and you see these places, but there's the reality of it can be kind of embarrassing. Stuff happens. I mean, I think the thing that I have learned about us is you just roll with it. Yeah. I mean, it's going to happen. Don't overreact about it. Don't be, it's like, you just kind of get used to it. The life, the embarrassment, the things, the smells, the sounds, blah, blah, blah. And
I mean, if the poopsie stuff happens, look, it washes off. Okay. You know, wear gloves, do whatever, use bleach, clean it up, all that. It'll be okay. Yeah. All right.
You just have to laugh at the stuff sometimes, because if you take it all too seriously and you worry, you know, it's just like, you know, the joke between us is, dude, you gonna shower today? You know, it's just like, okay, yeah, it's time, you know, kind of thing. It's just kind of part of what happens in RV life, especially full time. But even when you're on a long trip, this kind of stuff just, you get used to it. And, you know, be fully aware if you're thinking about RV life that this stuff happens, but you'll be good. It'll be fine. And we just wanted to keep it real and just kind of share our realities, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the embarrassing.
Yeah, please. If you have embarrassing stories, don't let us be the only ones.
Oh,
leave them in the comments down below. Tell us
everybody has a story. And so I love it when you guys go in the comments and share your stories and other people can see that. It's kind of comforting to know you're not the only, you know, genius that's done some of this stuff before. So we thank you for watching, and we hope you like this video, and we'll see you again next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.